everyone, this is Mrs. White Tiger and welcome to a new video. So, as you guys can see, we are going to play What Remains of Edith Finch. This game just came out, no, it didn't came out just now. I think it came out like 2017, I think, if I'm not wrong. And at the time a lot of people told me, or I see a lot of people talking good stuff about the game, so I was like, okay, one day I have to play it, and I think today is the day. We're going to play the game, and I really want to see all the stories about the Finches. Oh, okay, so we have to start now. Okay, let's just start it.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
So for everyone who doesn't know, this is like a story, like we are Edith and we are going, if I'm not wrong, I think to our house, like our family house, and each member of our family had like his own story, and we're gonna find out about the family, about the past of our family. So yeah, let's just go on. Before I actually want to go on, let me see if everything is right. Okay. I'm actually really excited. Okay, this is to zoom. Okay.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
So she used to live here. Alright. Orcas Island Gazette.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Can we just move on?
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Oh, okay. So from what I understand, like this is like a game where you play the game and...
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
And on the way you are playing the game, it kind of, tells you the story. So I'm really excited.
Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
The Finches. Can we go down? Should we go down? I don't know. Sick paper. I'm sorry for my voice. Milton Finch. I can't read anything more. Really, someone from our family too? Okay, I can't go there. Okay, I don't think this is the way to go, so let's go up again. Oh wait, can we go this? Yeah.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it.
Is this the right way?
But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Okay, wait, let me just see if the way up there is like closed or something. Because I thought this wouldn't be the right path to go, so... We can't sprint, like when I press the sprint button it does zoom in. Oh, okay, I see, yeah, we can't go this way.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
Oh wait, we can. Wait, I don't... Do we have to go this way? I mean, this looks like the right way to go, but... Well, I just got this way. Maybe we still have to go back. I don't know. Here we are. It's the same one.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
I mean, if you look like this, it looks like kind of normal house, just an old one. But if you go up, you're like, okay, what's that going on?
I asked Edie once about the dragon in the pond. She said it had killed her husband. I was 6. It seemed like an odd joke to me, even then. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house. I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
Wait, can I?
Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
So there needs to be another way. I always want to sprint, but it just zooms in. Maybe something here? No. Oh, really?
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
I mean, it's not a big one, so how did it came
The
through?
power had been turned off the night we left. For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
We are inside.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one. Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Okay, so this is the entrance.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
So the one missing is our brother.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
This door is sealed. Oh.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
That's kind of creepy. I just hope she means with the stories. Okay.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Okay.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Okay.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
I mean, I'm liking it so far. It's like really...
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Someone was an... What do you call this? It's not a wheelchair, right?
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Alright. So we are back here. Maybe we have to go up the stairs.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
So we have to go this way. Sven and Edie. The doors look cute though. Calvin and Sam. Oh, there is... Are these the days where they lived? Can I wait? I could door down. I could look to the... Oh yeah, okay.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Can we watch for all of them? Oh, we can.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of. My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Okay.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Barbara Finch. No.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Okay. Like they were all really young.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house. Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
It's only 10?
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Like they died all so young. Or am I seeing something wrong? Oh, this is open.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Okay, is there anything else here? Oh. Wait, was there a train before? Like painted? I think so, right?
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Oh, it's saving now, okay. Molly, so we are at Molly's room. Yeah.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Did I open this door? Doesn't look like it. So Molly was the one. Oh, I'm sorry, I just touched my microphone. Molly was the one who died like when she was 10 years old, right?
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
The book here.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
So we are playing now as Molly?
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Okay.
My Halloween candy was all gone. Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
Anything else here? Oh, it's real open.
I kept eating and eating.
Why would you? No, don't. Okay. Why would you eat a toothpaste?
I ate a lot of things that night.
I'm pretty sure they aren't to eat.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
Okay. Oh, it's really fast.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Yeah, really fast. We do walk really fast.
I jumped and I almost got her.
Okay. Wait, where is she? Okay, I don't.
I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Eating? Oh, okay, okay.
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits.
Okay.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Okay, kinda crazy. Alright, so what do we have to find now? Something
A
bigger.
mama rabbit.
Okay.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
What?
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean.
Okay.
Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Oh, there it is.
I grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Oh, wait.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Alright. Is anyone here? Up there soon.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Okay. But I don't know what kind of dream you're having, but this is not normal. Okay.
I
Right on.
wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
It's actually scaring me. Oh, it's really loud. Can I go?
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
How hungry are you?
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
We're going up.
I got closer and closer.
We're back home. Where do we have to go? Oh.
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Okay, girl.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Okay, so this is like our family tree. And we are there. Okay. Do you want to go outside and do everything that she did now?
I can't describe it, but I felt like some part of Molly was still here.
You know, before I go outside... Oh, can I go in? I can't. I actually wanted to go to the painting and see if I can do anything. No.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom.
Build 1937 Sven Finch.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
I mean, I would be scared. If
Even in her
something else- there is
90s.
someone-
Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Oh, this is a nice bathroom.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
We can open again.
There's
as
a
well?
secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
This is actually dope. No, wait, I want... Okay, I think I have to be more careful with going forward with the game because there are some parts I actually want to look for, but then I can go
Sven
back.
gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Yes, I can. Can I? Oh, I can go back. Okay, go back. Let me just... I want to see something first.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Like she already knew that he would die. Right?
Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune. And misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
All right. Oh. Can I go back? Yeah.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
So Odin is the oldest. Yeah. Sven and Edie. Okay, now we can go on.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Okay. Okay, now let's move on here. There are some paintings here. Kelvin Finch. Milton, wasn't this our brother? The one who disappeared, who went missing? Saving again. Oh. Oh, this is the one with two brothers, right? Oh, so he died first, and then Sam. Okay, because, okay.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin.
Can we see his part first? Alright. This is like a really cool kid's room. Just imagine having a room like this.
And that he never talked about him.
So probably this was from Sam, right? Yeah, and this was locked because it was from his dead brother. Probably. Yeah, it's saying 61. Yeah. Okay.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Alright.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
Do they know when they are
At
going to
Barbara's
die?
funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready!
Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think
Almost.
he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Oh my god.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
I mean, I think everyone did, right? We always wanted to do like a full spin on them.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Just imagine having a house with so many secret rooms. That'd be awesome.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Wait, can we go back? Yeah. I think... Oh my god, that actually scared me. Oh my god.
Growing up,
This one.
I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
No, 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 don't. I actually want to come out. Because we haven't been in Barbara's room, right? Only Molly, Sam, and Calvin. Right?
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
I think this... We press here, maybe this is going to tell our story. I mean, Barbara's story. So let me see everything first. Okay, I think there's nothing more.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
Yeah, that's maybe something for us,
Rick
like,
hadn't returned.
I have to memorize that.
So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
We already have seen that. We can...
She found
The
Rick's
sound.
crutch and imagined the worst.
Can I? Okay.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Can I? Let's go there with them. Oh, what is that?
And grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Actually, this effect, like this comic effect, is actually awesome. I really like it. Okay.
Walter, are you there? Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And there he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Alright, secret passage.
She played her part beautifully.
I have to go this way.
She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it.
Okay.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groan.
Alright.
Wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Can't you be a little bit faster? Because when you're going to be there, he probably disappeared already. Right? Yeah, I knew it.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, that's all you have to say.
The monsters had come to surprise her.
Okay.
It was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night.
Okay.
And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box was all they ever found of her. Her ear.
Oh, what?
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Alright. I'm just thinking if everything we hear about, if that's really how they died. I mean, I don't know, probably not like this, how do you say, like this fantasy, like, as they are saying, but
I guess now I
something
know
like
why
that?
Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Can we play with it right now? Because she could open the door next to it. Was it downstairs? I don't remember anymore. Where was it?
It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Here we do have to go to the music box. Oh, here it is. How long do you have? Oh, okay. Nice, now we have it. Saving right now? So that's good. This is where her father, like, got hurt, right?
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Another passage. It's so dark. Where are we? Oh, okay.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
Oh, a lot of stuff here.
If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Wow, so he did live a long life, like... This you can clearly see is the painting. So he was down here all these years, or what? Okay, let's try.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
30 years, so it
On
did
that
live
first day,
here.
after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week.
Okay.
But after a few days, I settled into a routine.
Okay, like this.
That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today.
Like
I
that?
always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
You know, I can't
Even a
open
monster
it.
on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
Eat it
And then
every
one
day.
day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a
One more
week
day?
now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
So did he stay here for 30 years because what happened to Barbara? Was that the reason?
I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin.
It's about...
Maybe this is all a mistake.
Isn't this like a curse or something?
But I need to
that we
stop
has?
living the same day. Even if it kills me.
This is nice.
Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one more day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Oh. So he lived for a really long time.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
That's true. It's true that he was living down there. Okay, so we have to go here.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me. Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
No, don't go back, don't go back. Go inside.
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
These must be, like, really smelly.
Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real. I don't know if I should even be writing this.
I mean, your story? Probably, right?
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family.
Oh.
And the history you're a part of.
Are you pregnant? Huh? I really don't know.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Where are we going now?
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Yeah, that's a good question.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
These were the animals at cemetery? Okay.
Sven built the house, but it was Edith who designed the cemetery.
Molly, Calvin, Sven, Edith, Walter, Barbara. This was the one we have. Oh, wait. Wow, this is awesome. Ah.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
That's the old house? Just give me a second, guys. My dog is barking again. Just a moment. Right, I'm back. I don't know why he was barking, because he was literally in his bed, lying down. And when I came, I was like, okay, I need to be quiet. I'm sorry.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Sam, Gregory, and Gus?
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Sanjay? Louis.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
So you're not living here anymore, but you're the only one who is alive. I mean, no, Milton just went missing, but
looking back on it now,
nobody said he died someday, so Bro is still alive?
if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Okay, so she is pregnant. How old is she? 16? Right? Oh, here it is. Let me see it.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Yeah, so this is
Sam spent his
book.
life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something. Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Alright, so he was in the army, right? If I'm not messing it. And he was kind of hunter, right? Yeah. Okay.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm?
Perfect.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything? It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. The camera's older than you are. Hey!
That's a keeper.
That's kind of cute.
Drunk all that coffee. I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dom. You'll need to remember this stuff if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
Is there anything else?
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man.
Oh, he was the one who had like a twin brother, right?
Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish. How to build a fire.
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just... Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong.
Oh, okay.
Great shot, Dawn! I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Oh.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Oh. Alright.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Alright. Oh, there is a door here. I didn't see the door before. Oh, no. Another secret passage.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Oh, this doesn't look good. Gregory. Oh. Dawn and Gus.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
We have here two stories from Gus and from Gregory. Let's go to Gregory first.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Gregory, it's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw.
Yay.
What his world was like.
Nice.
hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
Yeah, that's really sad. So Kay is probably like his wife, right? Oh, that's a divorce. Divorce papers. Yeah, that's really sad. From Dawn is nothing here, so that's also kind of strange.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
It's so difficult to move it. Come on. I want to go straight, but it's
I tried to talk
difficult.
him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now pronounce you husband and wife. Make him cry.
So he did marry again. Okay. Oh.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Oh.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Not down here, I think. Yeah.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Did you die in a storm, probably?
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Okay, we have actually some of them out of the bottom, but Sven and Edie, we don't have it. Kind of. Maybe we'll still find out. Okay, now we need to find another way.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Wait, like that. Just... So Dawn is her mother? Right? Dawn is her mother and... Probably, right? Probably. Okay, Dawn, yeah. That's probably her mother's.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Okay, yeah, so yeah, Dawn is her mother.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later.
Louis is... Okay, yeah. So we are the youngest from all three kids.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again.
Edith, Louis, Milton, Dawn. Alright.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
Yeah, so that's why the house looks the way it looks.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Oh, they did homeschool then.
But it didn't last.
The room looks kind of cute. Look at this. I would like to have glass here. By the way, there's just 2 tables. Oh, was this the point where Milton was already missing? Okay.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Yeah, you can see there is like a date where he died. It's just a date where he was born. Is there anything here? No. Okay. So let's try to go inside. It's kind of cute. Why is there a painting of him? I mean, he didn't die. He just disappeared. Okay. Is there anything else? So let's open this.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Open it. What? I'm trying to. That's how they are trying to say that he disappeared like that. Like he painted himself a door and went inside the door and he disappeared.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
That's actually a cool idea. I just want to know if this is like the way they want to tell us, or if this is really how it happened. If this is really like, you know, like it's just not a way to tell us how they died, but the way it actually really happened. That's what I actually want to know.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Is there another way we can go? Oh, we can go upstairs, right? Was that there before? Maybe I just missed it.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Louis's room. Except Louis.
Interesting one. Okay, we can go up here. This is actually a cool place to be. Look, just sitting here and look to the ocean. That looks cool. Saving again.
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. I just...
Louis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Finch, that's mother. The mother, right?
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Louis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Louis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Oh, that actually scared me.
He kept working at the cannery.
Oh, he was the one who...
But he withdrew part of himself.
That's why, like, the cat really liked...
In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to... wander.
Are you kidding me? No.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small.
I'm doing like...
a labyrinth.
I'm using my mouse to take the fish and using my keyboard to walk.
Oh, his way about.
This is so weird. No. Do I have to do both?
Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more.
Oh, it's cool.
I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery.
Honestly, I can't understand like daydreaming at the cannery because I'm literally looking at not at the fish but at the thing I am walking through. And I'm not even looking at the fishes.
I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia.
Okay.
He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
Like the screen part.
And songs for them to
It's
play.
getting bigger and bigger. I can see less and less from the fish part. If you guys understand what I'm saying.
About starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
You still need to go on?
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on.
It's getting bigger and bigger. I literally can't see anything else besides the...
New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a
handsome queen?
Handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for...
Let's go radiant rainbows.
Radiant rainbows. He followed the sound of her
electric sitar. I don't know what this is, but let's go here.
electric sitar. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
What? I can do it? Now I can see literally nothing.
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
How many fishes are coming?
But he was so proud of having created it.
No focus.
In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Where are we? Yeah, we are the cannery. This is ours.
Began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
That's us, right?
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Can't I do anything?
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting him.
I like the music.
His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do.
It's not gonna be good. Oh, this doesn't look good. No. What are you doing? Oh my god, no. Oh my
The rest
god.
I think you know.
Yeah.
Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
That's hard. Okay. Where do we have to go now? Is there another way? We have heard from all of our family members, right? Opened. Okay. Alright, let me see. Did we hear about all of them? We have. Only Eddie is the one missing, but everyone else on Dawn, our mother. Okay, Eddie and Dawn.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
This is her mother's room.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
This is probably now our room. The one up here.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's
This
left now was
our-
to tell you about that last night.
It's now our story. It happened at the time, at the day.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Alright. So at the end we were just us three, like my mom, Dawn, and Eddie. Eddie. It's so dark.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
It's not about Edith Finch, like the grandma.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around.
I'm actually scared. I'm scared that something is gonna just
For a
pump into my
while,
face.
I wondered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
Oh, we are here at the old house.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go!
Do I have to do anything?
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After
She
that,
was
we
already
moved around
dead?
a lot.
Is me doing that? Oh yeah,
We
it
both
is.
tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly.
Oh, okay.
She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone.
So that's how they died.
The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you.
Oh yeah, she's pregnant, right?
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it.
Okay. I don't think
I
that
just
makes
want
it
to meet
different.
you and tell you all these stories myself.
Or that, yeah.
But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Oh. Okay, so probably she also died. Probably giving birth.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I
Okay.
won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Okay. Yeah, that is kind of sad, like literally. Oh, I like this. This looks like the childhood picture of the ones who, you know, helped with the game. It's a really sad story. Like, I'm still thinking if it just wants to show us, like, giving us idea how they actually, you know, every one of them died, or if they actually died the way they did. It was a really good game, a really nice video game, and I actually would like this kind of, like, you don't have to do much, you just go on with the story, and you just, like, there is someone telling you the story, and you go on, and you find more and more out. It's totally different from what I played till now, but it's definitely something I like. I mean, it's different, it is, and it's really well done, I think. Like, it comes one after another, they explain you and try to show you how everyone died, and that's actually really well done, I think. I'm just seeing if there is anything else here. Like, the way they actually, like, showed us every and each story was all the time like different, individual for each character, and that's something really good, and they did it really, really good. There's so many people who worked on it. It's amazing. Oh, it is really well done, I need to say that. Right, so it is a really good story. So now we have here Dawn and Eddie. So the ones who are here in the how do you call this leaves, are the ones who are not from the family. Like, this was her husband, he was her husband, they didn't have like our blood. So from what I understood, it's like we have like a curse in our family, and all of us, like, we just die in horrible ways. And yeah, but I need to say, the way they did it, it was really, really beautiful. I really liked it. I hope you guys liked it too. And let me hear what you guys have to say about the game. I know it's a more of an older game. If I'm not wrong, it came out in 2017. But still, I really liked it. I really liked the way they showed us the stories and everything. So I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to say about the game. Did you guys like it? Did you play the game by yourself? I mean, it's really nice. But yeah, I want to say thank you for you guys to being here. It's I think the longest videos I've made. So I hope you guys liked it and enjoyed it. I know I didn't say a lot of things, but I wanted the story to come through, and I didn't want to talk too much during the story. So I hope you guys still liked it. And yeah, I think that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!